What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack on Productions. Today, Bancroft joining you all once again for another gameplay. And today, we're bringing out one of my favorite decks from the set, which is the new villain, Broly. And it's taking on Warp-geta. Like always, if you enjoyed the content, let me know down below, and let's get right into it. As a quick reminder, Broly wants you to tap out, so it has a lot of cards that will either allow you to switch a lot of energy to rest mode, or just a lot of high cost cards, or just other effects to get those energies into rest mode to trigger the leader's effect. And as a reminder, when the leaders awaken and when you tap an energy, when you switch energy to rest mode, the auto will go into effect, and you draw one card. And additionally, if all of your energy is in rest mode, you get to play a battle card with the Villainous Foe tag with the energy cost equal to or less than your current energy, and then the leader gains 10k until the end of your opponent's turn, making a really big boss, which is really cool. Makes your opponent have to sometimes combo extra cards just to kind of get out of the attack. And we have Warp-geta, which likes, seeing Explosive Dance, always great when this happens. This happened to me when I played the deck as well. But Warp-geta wants to have 5 or more Saiyans in the Warp in order to awaken. So we see 2 right now in the Warp for the Warp-geta player. And we're paying 1 energy to play out Trunks, which is kind of a searcher. It has a permanent where normally it's a 3-cost card, but if you have 2 or more Saiyans in your Warp, it reduces the cost by 2, which is really nice. Allows it to be played easier that way. Especially if you play the Unison package, it's a free 1-drop at that point then as well. Trunks is also at 10k. So we know we have 2 attackers on the Vegeta side. Just trying to see what he's going to do next. So we're attacking with the leader. And it looks like we're going to combo a card off. Maybe not. Yeah, they get the combo off, making that attack 15k. As a Broly player, I'm just going to take that damage. When I awaken on turn 2 with the Z Unison on play, I go down to 4 anyway, so this life doesn't really matter. I'm going to go down there regardless. I am comboing out the Trunks attack just because I need it to have a Z energy to play the Z Unison. Charging Janemba, which in hindsight, when I first made this deck, I was like, Janemba's not that greatest card. But then I realized the way the auto works with the cost. When you pay the cost on the auto, it triggers the auto again. So you can tap out using Janemba. And then Janemba just snipes a bunch of cards. Gets a 5k boost, which is really cool for the turn. But here we're playing the Z Unison Tapion. Really great card. If you has a +1 and a +0, the +1 is that you choose one of your opponent's cards. It can't switch to active mode until the end of their turn. I think it's one of their battle cards and or Unisons. And then it has a +0 effect where you switch it to active mode. And an auto when this card's played or when this card's attack, you could do blah 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 blah. So yeah. So when you play a battle card or when this card attacks, you could pay 1 energy to go into all the effects. Here we are swinging leader first. In hindsight, probably should have swung with the Z Unison first to maximize the 25k hit to his leader. But at the same time, I feel like he's going to take the damage regardless. Only combo when he needs is necessary. Because, when Vegeta awakens, you go down to 5 life. I think it's 5 life. So he comboed the first Tapion attack, and then comboed out the second one. Or comboed and still took the damage, just getting that Z energy set up the way he needed to. Seeing a second Dark Broly is really strong for him. That means it turns his secret rare on the moment he sees it. Because he is playing the Cumber one, Evil Saiyan. But having Tapion to be able to kind of just tap down, keep Trunks in rest mode helps out a lot. And especially any other card going forward, if I feel like that's a threat, I'm like, no, we're gonna keep that card down. We're not gonna worry about that card at all. We're paying 1 energy for Trunks. Actually, not for Gohan, but I think he's gonna take this back real quick. I can't remember the exact reason if he just overlooked a card in his hand, but he played it and he was like, wait, looked at his hand, and then he's like, I have a different play, can I do that? And I'm like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. So instead he's going to pay 2 energy for the Unison, which is fine with me, and he's going to use the energy, the Unison to play the Gohan for free. And as a reminder, the Unison is just search top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 red card to your hand, put the rest of the card bottom of the deck, which is really nice. Kind of helps you find a particular card that you need. But this Unison is could be very deadly. It gets a power boost, it gets a double strike with the -4 effect. So it definitely will be a target that I will keep in rest mode, probably for the rest of the game. Grabbing their Gohan. Having the Gohan in rest mode, he understands is a tricky situation, the best way to put it. We don't outright pay for Gohan. It becomes a target a lot of times just because of the advantage, especially from this deck alone. When you use the Vegeta's ability to activate battle to combo a card from your Warp, with its skills negated, it becomes a skillless. So then it procs for Gohan's ability to draw an extra card. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I like that synergy as much. So with an open leader and a Unison on board, we have 2 different attacks coming at Broly player, but the question is, where do you put the attacks? Because yeah, he could attack with the Vegeta, activate battle to get the combo, making Vegeta 20, but he has to come with another card just to get that damage through. But in a matchup like this, where you can recur free combos once per turn, but yeah, you can recur it, helps out on making attacks like this. In getting Goku Black there, which helps out later because Goku Black has the ability to be played for free from your Warp pretty much by sending 6 Saiyan cards from your drop to your Warp that don't include his character name. Sorry, not character name, but the card name. And there's 2 other cards in the Vegeta deck that's just kind of the same way. One being a Broly, one being a Vegeta. We're getting Trunks on the board to play, which naturally is crit with Activate Battle, making it double strike. I'm not going to mess with that, so we will prideful transformation that into rest mode. Swing with the Unison next. And I think we end up blocking this attack with the... Maybe. Yeah. We end up blocking that attack. I can't remember if he was going towards leader or if he was going towards the Unison. Either way, Vegeta serves its purpose to put a card to rest mode, stops the secondary attack. And we just gotta leave it at that. Passing the turn, and this is where we finally get a chance to see the Broly deck in true action, is the best way to put it, because there are a lot of 3-cost cards in the Broly deck that will trigger these autos to play another 3-drop card. So starting off strong, we're paying 3 energy for Bulma Explorer, which is an old set, 3 or 4 card. Pretty much, we're going to draw 1 card. You can place the 2 cards from your deck to your drop, and then you can restand 2 energy. But a lot of this breaks down to order of operation. So here we're going to proc the leader's effect first, because it sees that the energy is all in rest mode. Then we're going to go into Bulma to restand the energy, draw 1 card. And now we have 2 open energy, and we've proc the leader's effect. And then we go ahead and proc the Z Unison as well, so it can be proc its skills twice. Sorry, no, so we didn't pay for that one. We choose to ignore that auto, and we went with Hirudegar's auto, which gives it, I think, double strike and innately has dual attack, but it also got rid of a threat. Getting hit with the token blocker isn't bad, but we haven't opened double strike, so I'm going to try to get attacks out first to see if he will block those attacks first. Here we're keeping the Unison in rest mode, and then swinging the leader again, seeing if he wants to use his blocker. The thing about Warp-geta is that it can be so aggro that it's crazy, and you need to be able to get these attacks in when you can. Using Gohan as a negate option here, stopping that double strike was really good on his part. I was trying to push him down to 2 life. Here we're attacking the leader to his leader, and we're combo the Boma off because she serves her purpose. And really, from this point on, if we see any more Explorer Bomas, they go straight to the energy. I mean, technically, you could play Explorer Boma on turn 4 as well. And the way you would do that, you pay the 3 energy for her, followed up with Tapion's auto because you played a battle card, pay that energy, and then go into the leader's auto and then back into Explorer Boma's auto as well. And that way you're still resetting 2 energy and get all the cool effects out of that. But we did pass over to the Vegeta player, keeping that unison in rest mode. Debating on a charge target here. It's like he was going to use clones for a second. Not clones, testing the opposition. Instead goes with Broly, saving the negate just in case he needs it. Playing Gohan for 1 energy, which is interesting. I don't remember if he takes that back to save the energy, because I asked him about it. I was like, hey, don't you want to use the Unison's effect? And I think if he keeps this way, I think his wording was, I want to keep it in active mode. I'm like, okay, that's fair. So yeah, he does end up paying the 1 energy for it. And unfortunately, Gohan does have restrictions to what it can grab, and him not seeing a target was kind of unfortunate. It is one of those things, though, where the main benefit from this Gohan being the deck is the leader when it combos a card from the Warp. Like, it's considered a skillless, so it works out great, gets the draw. If you happen to see a card in the top 5 search, it's just an extra bonus. Here we're getting the attack on, using leader's abilities to kind of move cards from the Warp to the drop. Comboing a card off as well, getting the draw for the Gohan. And then super comboing right afterwards to kind of guarantee that damage. And as a Broly player, I will take that damage. Here we're doing some kind of math, just trying to see how to best maximize his plays, which was going to do Overrun, but then realized, wait, I have 6 Saiyans, I could play Goku Black instead, and then build up more cards on my drop to then Overrun afterwards. We are Prideful Transformation that because we just want to block our board to stop any future attacks, but also Goku Black worked me a card regardless. It was just annoying as is. Getting the leader swing here. We are going to block that one. And comboing up, and I think this is just kind of making sure he has the 4 cards. I think once he used Goku Black's ability, he only had 2 cards there, so now he has the 4 he needs to overwhelm into Goku Vegeta. Which I think Rose was the only black battle card in his Warp, so I don't think he'll get the combo off on this one, which is a downside when you don't see a lot of those cards. At least I think it's supposed. I'll double check that and put that on screen, because I thought he already used the leader's ability to combo a card. I'll have to check the audio just to make sure what happened there. Here we're playing Goku. Strong card. This card is dual attack. On attacks, it negates a card by 20k. Doesn't get past barrier, so my Huragar is pretty safe, which is nice. But still, in normal situations, this is just a scary card. And here we are going to activate Time Magic to keep that card in rest mode. And we are passing turn here. Going to turn 4, like I said, you still have options as a Broly player. You could work out, like I said earlier, playing another Explorer Boma to just extend the turn. Or you can play a 4-drop card to play another 4-drop card. So here we're playing 4 for Metacooler, yeah. Which is such a great card because it's a 30k base that will play 3 Metacooler tokens that would activate main, remove one of those to restand the card. I think you can draw one off that as well. It's a once per turn effect. We are following Mercenary Town because we didn't have any other good targets, unfortunately, in hand. I think there's 2 in the actual set, but then there's others people tech in. Some really good ones out there as a way of playing it, but I just didn't see any other ones, unfortunately. Here we're making the first attack. He does take the damage here. Doing this one's not a bad choice. He still took the damage, but now he has a blocker for another attack. It's one of those things where you kind of want to save those ones for double strikes, but I definitely don't have any double strikes on the board. Here we're swinging with the Unison now, just trying to get him to use the token up. And yeah, Metacooler is such a strong card in this deck. Like, once it hits the board, as long as your opponent can't establish any form of floodgate, you get 5 attacks for 4 energy, which is really, really good. Getting the leader's ability to combo a card off. Swing again for another 30k here. I do see he had the Gohan promo counterplay, and I'm wondering if he got that from his life, because it's one of those cards where I think that would have been a stronger play to play on Metacooler. Because Metacooler doesn't have barriers, so you still could have negated that by 20. It wouldn't get rid of him outright, but it would make the attacks far less effective. Swinging the 25k leader. We see there is a debate happening here. It looks like it's the promo Vegeta, where you will take a life for the counter attack. It doesn't negate the attack, but it gives the leader a huge boost, and then it's a blocker afterwards. Let's see if he goes that option. Because I don't remember if you have to pay energy for it. No, looks like he just straight up took it. Okay. Let me double check that card. I thought you could just take a life for him. I might be mistaken. We are making possibly our last attack here, and really just comboing out to guarantee this damage. Yeah, he comboed with that card. I think when he gestured that one, he's like, I should have just played this card instead. I don't know how much of a difference it would have made. Here we're just going over the numbers to see where we're at. And yeah, that was game. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that's about it. Bye.